Ooh. Why, hello lovelies, it's Tracy. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And 17's Maestro, how do you pronounce it? In Australia I say Maestro. Did I say Maestro before? Did I say Maestro? Oh my god. I don't know. So if you are watching over on Patreon, I said I was going to put makeup on today and be pretty and all that jazz, but I sat there for like an hour and I just couldn't bring myself to put makeup on. And I don't know if it's similar to you lovelies, but I just can't bring myself to put makeup on much these days. And I don't know if it's just because I can't be bothered time-wise, because I'd rather be, you know, in here filming and not spending that time doing like makeup, or is it maybe just is it just all the above? Like, what is it? So I have a feeling I'm just going to wash my makeup brushes and use that time to not put makeup on and kind of detox from makeup, because I really feel like I've gotten into a really big burnout rut when it comes to makeup. And it's not even like I've been wearing a lot on YouTube specifically, just in like day to day. I don't know what it is, but like I'm just not as excited about it. But one thing I am excited is when they finally announce international shipping, I'm interested in trying Somi's highlighter. Please let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I don't know whether or not I should just attempt to get like a Korean address and get it, what is it called? Diverted from there to Australia, or is that going to be too expensive? I have used diversion things before, but in Japan for Stray Kids merch. I have never used it before in Korea. So if you have experience with using a diversion mail service to a Korean address and then to Australia or your country, please let me know how you went with that, because I've never done it in Korea before, so it makes me incredibly nervous. I don't know why, because I'm sure there's some amazing services, but maybe because like with the JYP shop stuff, they already had like a preferred like third party person, so it was kind of more of an easier method, and it wasn't like a true Japanese website. It had like a global, easy to follow version. But I would love to know what your experiences is, because I know especially with people that do group buys and things like that, you know, there are some incredibly in the know people when it comes to stuff like that. So if you are interested as well in me testing out the highlighter and doing a bit more makeup-y and skincare stuff, because I am incredibly interested in Korean makeup and skincare more specifically, and I really feel like now, even with my makeup business, I have geared more towards those looks and accepting clients more when it comes to makeup that I really enjoy doing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm especially excited about that. I'm also especially excited about so nothing's booked yet, but we will be booking a Korean trip this year. I'm so excited. We're planning to go end of October to November. So we're going to be spending our 10 years together in Korea, as well as our first wedding anniversary. So this is like a delayed honeymoon, because we did have like a mini honeymoon, but that was just like a really chill in a tiny house in the middle of nowhere. But because it was summer as well, anyone who has experienced a Queensland Australian summer, like there was bushfires happening around. like literally bush, like we had to, okay, story time. If you're interested, skip here to go to the music video reaction, because I know some people just, don't want me to talk, so that's fine. But those of you that are interested in like a little update. So during our little mini moon, backtrack a little bit. Okay, so we stay in a tiny cabin that was at the foot of Mount Maroon. So I'll show you some photos and stuff of what it looks like over here. So I haven't really shared much of our honeymoon, mini moon situation because I'm just really bad at social media. So it was this tiny house in a little bit of like up high on a hill, and the backdrop was a mountain. It was absolutely beautiful. We had such a good relaxing time, and one of the days that we were there, we just decided to read on the grass, picnic style kind of thing. So we were just sitting in the shade in this like little mini hill field situation, looking out at the view and just chilling in the grass. And as it was starting to get colder, as the sun was setting and all that sort of stuff, which was a surprise because it was towards December, so it was, quite warm throughout the day. But as the sun was setting, it was getting cool, so we decided to, start getting dinner ready. So we got up, and then Simon looked at his pants and he's like, oh my God, is that a tick? And sure enough, there was a tick crawling on his leg. We managed to de-tick, and I'm getting itchy like talking about it, but like we checked both of ourselves. Didn't seem like we, thankfully didn't get bitten by any and didn't have anything on us. But then later on, I was doing this and I was like, oh my God, why is it so painful up here? And I could it felt so much pressure was building in this section, like further up here, because I have quite like a high, like my hair goes like in a V shape, so like I have to cover that. So like up here, and I was like, why is this so sore? Like it's giving me a headache. So Simon looks at it and it looked like a bump, and a bump with like almost like a little like head sticking out, like almost like it could be a pimple. And he was really worried. He was like, oh my God, what if this is a tick? And what if it's maybe a paralysis tick? Like what is going to happen? And I was like, I don't think it is. Like I don't feel anything apart from like maybe a bit of a headache, because the pressure and the swelling was just too much. I'm like, it's probably just a pimple or an ingrown hair. But Simon being Simon, he gets really like pedantic about medical stuff. He, bless him. I'm the person that was like, she'll be right. I'll get it looked at in 2035. But Simon's like, no, like this could be something serious. You just go to the doctor and just get it checked out because you don't know. I'm like, okay. So, I was like, well, let's just monitor it. And I was like, no, I think it'll be fine. We didn't really, because the tiny house, there was no reception, no TV, basically no electronics apart from the few things that you could plug in to charge, like your phone, which was useless anyway. So, we couldn't look anything up. So I was just like, let's just make dinner, see how I feel in the morning. I don't feel like nauseous or sick or anything like that. It's just painful up here. So he was worried throughout the entire night. So like what was I using? I think I had some tweezers. I was trying to like see if it was like would pull out. Like, we were just trying to figure out what it was. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure it's just an ingrown, because it had been hurting for like a few weeks, like almost as if like if you pluck a hair, but it was like a bit more painful than that. Like it was that sort of feeling. And then it just kind of progressed. And I was telling him, I was like, I'm pretty sure, I'm sorry if this is such a convoluted story, I'm pretty sure that this pain has been happening for at least a week. So before we even got here. So I highly doubt that it's a tick. But, Simon was so worried that he got me worried that the next day he was like, you know what, let's just go to the pharmacy. Let's just pick up some stuff for, potential tick like removal or any other things that you might need. And we can just, let's just do that. The pharmacy is only 40-minute drive. Let's just go. So next day, we leave the tiny house. We go, we'll try to go, we drive 40 minutes. And then as we were getting closer to the town that had the pharmacy, there was smoke and literally there was nothing green. Everything was black. And I was like, what is happening? And because we finally had service, I looked it up, and literally the night before at like 9 p.m., a bushfire broke out. And it is so lucky that it seems like everyone's houses were okay. No cattle were killed. They managed to die the fire down just before we got to the turn, and we couldn't, like, they blocked off the roads. So, we couldn't even go into the town because people were actually evacuating the night before. And then some people were returning, but they still hadn't opened the road yet because of potential fire that was very close to the road. So, police and fire engines had blocked off the entrance to the town. So we decided to turn around and go further back towards the city, which was like probably it wasn't that long. It was like another 20 minutes away from the tiny house. So we got to that town, managed to get to a pharmacy. The pharmacist looked at it and he was like, I doubt it's a tick. It doesn't look like one at all. It's a bit too small. It looks like it's just an ingrown hair. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So we just stocked up and we got needles, we got tweezers, we got magnifying glass, we got like tick freeze, like stuff that you freeze the tick and you can like remove it and kill it that way. All these things just in case. And then the pharmacist also gave me some, I think it was like a really low-lying steroid cream to help bring the swelling and everything down. Yeah, that was just a long-winded story to tell you that there was a bushfire. So it was hot. So yes, so that was our honeymoon. Potential tick turned out to just be a very ingrown hair because of the fine baby hairs I had there. It was just like, I feel like it was a blocked follicle from an ingrown hair, plus also, and I'm frozen again, plus also possibly like just a lot of hair product, because so much hair product was in my hair for the wedding day that I feel like it might have just blocked up the follicles and the pores around my hairline, and that just exacerbated the ingrown and made it infected. So yeah, so it turned out it was just like an infected ingrown hair. And like I went to the doctor prescribed me I think it was an antibiotic cream just in case if it was like really infected, and yeah, and it went down. It was fine. I feel like it's like I still have a mark from where it was, but yeah, apart from that it was all good. Let me unfreeze myself. But yeah, so apart from that, all good. But yeah, so that all happened, and I kind of forget how I got onto the story apart from saying that we're going to Korea. So yeah, so we're going to Korea. I want to say, of course, nothing's booked just yet because we're just trying to figure out our finances and figure out our budget for the trip and how long we can go for and all that sort of stuff. But if you have any suggestions as to what I should do, where I should go, we are most definitely, of course, in Seoul, but we're also going to Jeju. So if you have any suggestions for anyone who's been there, who lives there, please let me know, as well as any suggestions of products that you want me to pick up while I'm there and maybe test and review for you guys if you're really interested in, and maybe you're not sure because it's a product that maybe seems too good to be true or anything like that. So yeah, so let me know what you think, and I can't wait. So yeah, that was so long. I'm so sorry. But if you'd like more exclusive content, I have so much more over on Patreon. The link is in the description box below. You can go check it out. I have so much 17 stuff coming, especially because we've been watching In the Soup. It's been so fun, as well as TXT, Stray Kids, BTS. Yeah, we have so much over on Patreon and K-dramas. So have a look before you join. Make sure that there is something that you really do want to watch. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and let's just get into the video. Let's go. Oh.
맞춰볼까 하나의 안정 기준에 맞춰 세븐틴의 스케일을 쳐 아무래도 조금 특이해도 불을 치고 줄을 튕겨 따따라따따라따따라따 상관없지 이게 클래식과 뉴 땡또 새로운 조합인 우리 자랑이 비트부터 멜로디까지 믹스 앤 매치가 특기니까 빛이야만 정상이 돼 세상을 바꾸는 우리니까 뜨거운 함성 두 배로 서로 바라본 채널
Lucy looks so good. Ooh.
잊지 않고 그 절대 Good life 우리는 세계로 Good vibe 잊지 않고 그 절대 Metro의 지위에 맞춰 내가 뭐 바꿨다 이렇게 techno와 drop해 뭐든지 가능해 주문해 만들어 드릴게요.
So Wonwoo there, oh my god. I feel like as I'm getting more and more into the world of 17, it becomes more and more apparent to me just how much Wonwoo is like every single time. Like there is something about, I really feel like it always ends up being like your bias chooses you, not the other way around, because every single bias I've had has just been people coming on screen and then like attacking me. And I'm like, slow your roll. I was not ready for that. And I was really not ready for this hardcore Wonwoo to just come kicking butt all in here. I'm really interested as well with the song because there are so many switch ups in there. Like, it really feels like it's the song version of Never Let Them Know Your Next Step. Because as I feel like I'm getting into like what to expect for the rest of the song, it switches up again. And it's so interesting. It's so fascinating. I really want to know more about the song and the whole process behind it. But yeah, let's go back to the chorus because Dino was really assaulting me here. What is what? They're all attacking me.
Oh, I did not know I needed this.
Oh my god. The footwork. Ooh. That's cool. It's a metronome. That. Who is the real Maestro? That's the big question. I was not expecting Wonwoo to attack me so personally just then. The entire time every time he came on screen and opened his mouth, his voice, like the deepness of his voice and his visual is just so striking and like so like I literally have no words, and it's so exciting. Like I said this, I'm pretty sure, with God of Music, 17, and I will be doing a video of all their title tracks as well as a separate video of their most requested B-sides that I listen to, because 17 is a group where they have such like the I can't even speak. Like they really just, you don't know what to expect, and they do the darker concepts and the bright bubbly concepts so flawlessly. It is just like whiplash. That's the best way I can put it. Like they are human whiplash. And, you know, coming from watching In the Soup as well, where they're literally just like wholesome, sitting around a campfire singing dip, 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 and then like coming to like this literally is just it is worlds apart. And this makes me we really need to watch. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry, YouTube lovelies. I'm going to be watching this video over on Patreon just because I don't want to get flagged, just in case. Because I want to see the full performance, and there is not one up yet filming this because it's only been like 2 days since the song has come out. So yes, okay. I feel like that's a nice little screen that we can have up while we talk about the song. Holy mother of pearl. I just from seeing the thumbnail pop up on my feed and the outfits and everything else, because I haven't watched any trailers, I haven't dug any like deep into their comeback whatsoever, because I just wanted to experience it as it is in its full entirety. And holy moly, as an Australian, it's so hard not to swear, but I am just so floored. Like, first off, the music video itself, the scale is huge. It is giving me like futuristic, well, of course, because there's bloody robots and stuff, but like, it is just, whoever comes up for the concepts of these music videos, seriously, the creative team, amazing. The hair and the makeup as well. Like, the makeup is so good. Like, it's just, can you tell that I'm like freaking out? Because if like, I can't make heads or tails of it, because everything about this, like, this makes me want to watch it so many times, because so many things happen in this music video and so many amazing shots. It is so cool. Like, I really want to see when a behind the scenes comes out for the music video, because my god, it's good. And also the live performance that the Patreon lovies and I just watched, incredible. Like, there was not one moment where I was holding my breath, because the choreography looks simple but hard as hell. Like, it looks so difficult. And also, it was so good to see S-Coups on stage and performing to the most of his physical ability at this point. But I'm so glad that for a majority of the song, you know, that he was still incorporated enough into the choreography, and it wasn't just him coming back for his parts and then going back and standing off to the side. Like, there was so many bits where he was able to join in, but then also be a part of maybe like featured in the background, or just very lightly doing some steps. But it worked so well because they were able to figure out the levels for it to look purposeful, in that, like, he is still a part of the choreography, but he doesn't need to do the 100,000% that everyone else has to dance. So it was so good to get to see him perform, and hopefully his rehab and strengthening is able to get his knee back to where it was previously, or even stronger. But as I know a lot of people who have had ACL surgery before, it is not an easy surgery to rehab from, because the knee is just, it's one of those joints where it's a lot. It's a lot, because it's not a muscle per se. It's tendons, it's ligaments, it's all the things that you have to be super careful with. You can't, you know, force a faster recovery. So it's just so good to get to see him on stage, and I'm sure all the CARATs that were there in the concert in person would have, you know, felt so blessed to get to see them perform as 13. And, you know, as I'm still quite like a baby CARAT, and getting to now watch In the Soup with S-Coups, because, you know, watching Nana Tour was so fun and so amazing, but I am so sad that I didn't get to know S-Coups well enough yet. And, like, you know, I love how they still got to incorporate him, you know, wherever they could in the show. It's so nice to go back and watch In the Soup and get to know S-Coups a lot better, and I can't wait to learn more about him and about the other members more in full. And I'm so excited as well to watch Going 17, so I'm going to be watching it here on YouTube, and I'm so excited for that, because 17 is a group that I knew I would really enjoy and really like, because I have seen so many clips of them just being absolute crackhead, and them as people seem so humble and genuine and incredible. And plus, their performance has always really blown me away. So now to actively be looking into them as artists and as people, I am just so blown away by, first off, they've been in the industry for almost a decade. And that feat in itself, to not only be in it for so long, but to be relevant and still going in this upward trajectory is so cool. And it is such a testament to not only their music, but their skill, because it's one thing to be able to put music out and have like amazing and impactful music, but to perform that music live to the best of your ability and to give that music its justice being performed live is a completely other story. And we see it so many times with different artists, like no matter where they're from in the world, where they have such an epic discography and song, but performing it live doesn't do it justice. And it is such a shame when it's an artist, the original artist's song. So getting to see their live performance, and it's the same with BTS, and obviously, you know, so many groups that they're able to be like, to put out such amazing epic music, but watching the live performance as well of the songs just makes it that much more impactful and impressive and inspirational. And you know, having a group as like 17 has really, I feel like as well, because they are third gen, they are a group where it just feels different, you know what I mean? And I feel like people that have been in K-pop for a long time, mind you, I've been in K-pop for a while, but I haven't been fully active, like in it, like fully in it, like I have in recent years. So going back to like third and second gen feels different to fourth gen, because I'm sure people that have been around for as long or know the older gen groups, you know, while K-pop has always been quite curated, I feel like nowadays with fourth gen and now fifth gen, it has been so, and I don't know as well if it's just because time-wise, you know, they are still quite new in the industry, they're still rookies-ish, at least for fifth gen. Fourth gen is a bit different, but like third gen and second gen feels a lot more raw. It feels a lot more like they, especially nowadays, because they've been in the industry for so long, you can really feel the artists that are still in it because they love their fans and they have such burning passion to perform and to actually have this artistic expression when they're performing. It's just like, you know, it's just a different vibe. It's a different feel than what I feel with like some of the, especially like the newer groups. But like, that being said, I really want to know your opinion and what your thoughts are, and like let me know what your feelings are, especially with this particular song, because I did see some articles of people, because I purposely tried to stay away from like the news and stuff of comebacks, because, you know, apart from some, like I enjoy watching trailers and stuff, but for 17 in particular, I tried to stay away from any 17 comeback news. So I did see though some articles of when it was released that people were blaming HYBE that they didn't promote 17's comeback as much. So I can't say anything to that because I don't know. I wasn't looking for any information, or any like thing. So I would appreciate people's thoughts and opinions on, you know, that side of things, because it is something that I'm not well versed in. But I am so excited to get to see so much from this comeback and to listen to the rest of the album as well, because so many people, especially on my Patreon Discord, have been, you know, saying all their favorite songs from the album and stuff, and I just can't wait to hear them because they just sound so freaking fun. So I can't wait to, you know, listen to all of them with you guys as well. So yeah. Also, I'm looking at doing their pre-debut show over on Patreon at some point, because I really want to get to know them as, you know, when they were debuting, because I really feel like that would be a really good insight as to who they are as people, because I feel like they maybe were a bit more, I feel like sometimes you can really get an idea of how people are when you see where they've come from. And I feel like that would be a really interesting one, because again, I don't know much about 17 2 years ago, let alone pre-debut. So I feel like that'd be really fun. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you for coming along and watching this with me, because it is so, the song is so freaking good. I can't wait to add it to my Spotify, and I can't wait to watch behind the scenes and everything like that to do with this comeback and comeback shows and things like that. So stick around for those, and I can't wait. So if you would like more exclusive content as well, don't forget to head on over to Patreon. I want to thank my Patreon lovelies. Willow, thank you so much for being my super mega marvelous lovely. It means so much that every single one of you wants to help support the channel and to have more exclusive content. So your name's beside me right now. I can't do this without you. And my YouTube lovelies, thank you so much for following along and being on this K-pop journey with me, and I can't wait to do bigger and better things and continue to do more stuff with you guys. So thank you so much for being here. If you would like to join the lovely family, don't forget to press subscribe. We would love to have you, and the like button, it helps us out. And until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.